Donald Trump loves to brag about how intelligent he truly is. And a lot of his critics, Maxine Waters, Don Lemon, people like that, he loves to talk about how low their IQs are. But in reality, Donald Trump is a very stupid human being who does not have any intelligence to speak of. And he proved that once again this week during a short interview with the Washington Post. I want to read you a couple of the things that Donald Trump said. This is unedited, unabridged statements from Donald Trump about climate change, just to show you how stupid and incoherent this man truly is. One of the problems that a lot of people like myself, we have very high levels of intelligence, but we're not necessarily such believers. That's when he was first asked about the climate assessment that his administration put out last Friday. We have very high levels of intelligence, but we're not necessarily such believers. Not sure what that means, but we're going to continue. You look at our air and our water, and it's right now at a record clean. But when you look at China and you look at parts of Asia, and when you look at South America, and when you look at many other places in this world, including Russia, including just many other places, the air is incredibly dirty. And when you're talking about an atmosphere, oceans are very small. And it blows over and it sails over. I mean, we take thousands of tons of garbage off our beaches all the time that comes from Asia. It just flows right down the Pacific. It flows and we say, where does this come from? And it takes many people to start off with. That's the end. That's the end of that crazy, I don't even know if I can call that a statement, but I mean, it ends with, and it takes many people to start off with. This man's not even making complete sentences anymore, and we want to act like he's going to be the guy that can run this country. I mean, not even just with regards to climate change, like he says, where it flows down the Pacific, but into the U.S. This guy doesn't even know basic geography. He doesn't even know how things work. He doesn't understand ocean currents. He doesn't know that the ocean is not an atmosphere. I mean, you look at our, when you're talking about an atmosphere, oceans are very small. Those aren't the same things. Those are not the same things. We're dealing with a level of stupidity that I didn't think we'd ever hit in the White House. Honestly, I thought George W. Bush was going to be as dumb as they could get. Trump just outdid everything Bush ever said. All the little Bushisms, all the stupid, slip-ups with his words and the choking on the pretzels and all of that. Yeah, Trump just outdid it with one interview with the Washington Post. And, let's go ahead and fact check it a little bit, right? It's not enough to just make fun of the guy for being a moron. Our air and water is at a record clean. That's what he said, at a record clean. Now, aside from the fact that that sentence does not make grammatical sense, it's not. It is not at a record clean. The air got slightly better in the United States last year, but that was actually before your administration came in and started cutting all those regulations that are going to allow polluters to emit more into the atmosphere, which is, by the way, again, not the ocean, the atmosphere. So yeah, the air got better a little bit, but that was because of the regulations Obama put in place. You've killed those, and you're going to kill more of them. That's your goal. You've set it. As for the water being cleaner, that's nowhere even near the truth. The water in the United States is actually getting worse. We have PFAS chemicals contaminating water across the United States. We have lead in water all over the United States. Flint still doesn't have clean water. Neither do more than 2,000 other locations, cities in the United States. The water's not clean at all. The water's getting worse. The climate is getting worse. And you're going to sit there, make up nonsense about garbage flowing south in the Pacific, yet ending up in the United States. The ocean is the atmosphere. You don't know what you're talking about. The best thing you could do, please, for the love of God, is resign. Or, even better than resigning, go get a CAT scan and release the results to the public. Because I think we're entitled to see what's happening in your brain. Because based on these statements that you gave, these half sentences that lead nowhere, I think we have legitimate questions about whether or not it's time to invoke the 25th Amendment, because you do not seem like someone who is fully competent enough to serve as the President of the United States.